Alright, so we are going to talk about breaking a line segment into different pieces, and we're going to do this with a certain ratio. So we talked about this yesterday in class. So what you're going to do is you're going to learn how to partition a line segment. So let's try this first one together. Let me get the formula. Well, let's go ahead and graph what it says. It says given the points A is -3 and -2 and B is 6, 1, find the coordinates of the point P on a directed line segment AB that partitions AB in a ratio of 2 to 1. Alright, so what I'm going to do is plot this point A, so 1, 2, 3, -3 and down 2. So here is A. Then I'm going to go plot 6 and 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 1. Then I'm going to connect the dots here. So we got a nice little segment here, and it is asking us to find the coordinates of a point P. So I want to put a point somewhere on this line. I want to put a point somewhere along this line so that the line is broken up in a 2 to 1 ratio. Okay, so the distance from here will be double the distance on this side. So I want to find that point. So let's pull up the formula. So file, copy. So you have two formulas on your formula sheet, and the first one you don't have to use that one. So we'll just go with the second one, okay? And this formula is on your formula sheet, and you do not have to memorize it. All right. So what it tells you to do in this second formula, it tells you to take the x1 and add it to A and B. Well, let's get all our pieces. Let's call this x1, y1. And we're going to call this x2, y2, and then we're going to go here and we're going to get our ratio, which is 2 to 1. We're going to call this A, and we're going to call this B. Okay? So now I am going to just substitute in. So I'm going to go ahead and just write this here too. So -3, -2, and 6 and 1. And then my x1, y1, x2, y2, and then my ratio is 2 to 1, and I'm going to call this A and call this B. And we're just going to substitute into the formula. And this is going to give us what point do I put this on this line so that the distance from this side is double the distance on the other side. So I'm just going to substitute in. Remember, anytime you put in something into a formula, write it in parentheses. So this formula here, we're going to say x1 is -3. So we're going to put -3 parentheses plus A, which is 2 over A plus B. So 2 plus 1 times 6 minus 3. So we're doing the x1. So 6 minus 3. So to get our x value for this coordinate, 6 minus -3. Okay, that's what we're going to use to get our x coordinate. And this is what we're going to use to get our y coordinate. So let's go ahead and calculate the x. So you can grab your calculator. And we're going to type in exactly what we see. So we're going to say parentheses -3, close the parentheses, plus alpha y equals, and then we're going to say parentheses 2 over parentheses 2, 2 plus 1 parentheses 1, and then go back, open your parentheses, and then you're going to do another parentheses 6 minus negative 3, close all of the parentheses, plus enter, and that is 3. So my x coordinate is equal to 3. So you do the math here, you get 3. Now let's go do the y coordinate. And we're going to follow the second part of the formula, which is right here. And I'll put that in blue. This is the second part of the formula, so you get your y1. And it's very important that you label your pieces so that you don't get these pieces mixed up. If you label, use your formula, you are in the game. So the A is 2 over 2 plus 1, and then parentheses, open that up. The y2 is 1, close the parentheses, minus, and then we're going to put that negative 2 in and close the whole thing. And then I'm going to go back, go to my calculator, and there are actually shortcuts, so you don't have to keep typing this information in. You can go back and pull up the last one and go in and change the pieces. So just go up and push enter on the graphing calculator, or if you have a Casio, then you're probably just going to have to retype everything in again. So here you get 2 plus 1, that one's good. And then we're going to go over, change the 6 to the 1, and then go over and change the negative 3 to a negative 2, 2, and then push enter. And that would be 0 for y. So our y value is 0. So that point that we can put on this line that partitions this line into a 2 to 1 distance would be at 3 and 0. So I'm just going to get a figure here. And I'm going to find that point. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 0, and my point goes right there. And I'm going to move it in a second. So here, my point goes at 3, 0, right there. And that's what partitions this line in a distance to 2 to 1. So this side is double the length of this side. And that's how you figure that out. Right? So go ahead and try the rest of the problems. Remember, we're having a quiz on Friday. If you get to the next video, then or the end video, I will do all the answers for the quiz review for you so that you can practice. All right, guys. See you next time. Bye.